to Kevin's Trooper channel. This is the channel where we do all types of DIY projects for overlanding and off-roading. We've got a great group of guys here that watch this content, so if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, hit the subscribe button and join us for all of our future videos. And today, I have a product review for you. Now guys, this is something that I've been looking forward to getting in for quite some time. The interior on the Trooper is literally almost perfect. The dash is not cracked, the dash is beautiful, the steering wheel is great, all of the interior looks great, except I have some stains. I have some brown stains on the seats that I've tried to get out a little bit. I haven't worried too much about it, but I have did some scrubbing on them. And they seem to come back. And also I have some stains on the carpeting. Now, I think most of this staining on my carpet is from when my heater core was leaking, which I am going to be doing a heater core replacement video probably right after the first of the year. That's a huge job. We're going to be pulling the entire dash out, back all the way down to the firewall. So as you know, that's going to be a huge job. Not quite ready to get started on that yet. I have to let hunting season finish and using the Trooper for hunting, and then once we finish with that, we'll be doing that heater core video. But I want to try to get these stains out of the seats in the meantime. So I've been doing some research and I kept coming up with this. This is the TORNADOR cleaning gun. Now, I've studied this a little bit and I've seen this in use a few times, and it looks really amazing. And so what I thought we would do, I just got this in the mail. Let's hook this thing up and see if it really works like it's supposed to. The first thing that I noticed whenever I took this out of the box is this thing seems very well built. The plastic is really thick. It even comes with an extra cap if you want to save your solution for later. The switches and dials, it all seems very well made. And I was a little bit worried about that because I've ordered a lot of stuff that's really cheaply made, and this thing seems very well made. The way that this thing works is this takes air and soap and blows it through this tube with this circular action. And it seems pretty amazing from what I've looked at so far. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to install the insert so that we can attach our air compressor hose to the gun. And I've decided to put just a little bit of tape on the threads to prevent leaking. And the way that you guys put this tape on there is that you want to put the tape in the same direction that you're going to be turning it into whatever you're installing it in. So I'm just going to start the tape here, and I'm going to want to turn this in the same direction as if I were screwing it in. And people get that confused all the time. They'll put it on this way, and then when they go to turn it, it unravels the tape from the direction that they started. So I'm going to install the tape onto my threads, and I only want just a few wraps on here. We'll want to start that fairly straight, like that. Now whenever we go to screw this in, it's going to be going in the same direction that I just threaded the tape on, and it should not unravel. Just like so. Alright, we're just going to give that a few extra turns. And these inserts are usually 14s. So we're just going to give that a few extra turns there. It doesn't have to be crazy tight. There we go. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, I've put hot water in here, and I'm going to use this Action all-purpose cleaner. I mean, it doesn't say what type you should use. I'm going to use this. You know, this is one of those cleaners that they come around and sell door to door every so often, and it's not bad. It's pretty decent. I've used it on a lot of stuff, and it seems really good. I can try different all-purpose cleaners and see, but I had this one on the shelf, so I'm gonna try this one. It's at about 2 ounces. There we go. Now on this switch, up is to put the solution through the nozzle, and horizontal is to turn it off. And that's if you just want to air dry. So if you're actually cleaning, you'll have it in this position, and then once you've got your soap and solution on there, you can turn it this way just to use the air to dry it. So let me get everything set up at the seat, and we'll see how this thing's gonna work. I'm excited to see how this thing's gonna actually clean. I've got my air compressor set on 75 PSI, and that was their recommended air pressure. So let's see how this thing is gonna work here. Amazing. Look at that. That's hard to believe. That seat looks like it's 2001. I just went to the Isuzu dealer. Put down a down payment. And here we are in the back seat. That is amazing. Now, as you can see, that stain is now completely gone. As are all the others. Now, to show you guys what's actually happening in this machine, if you look on the inside of this, there is this little tube, and what's happening is this tube is going in a circle and creating this sort of a vortex with the soap. All right, I got you guys set up on the floorboard. trying to keep my arm out of the way. Look at that. Now granted, this is rusted heater core water that I'm trying to get out of this carpet. Okay, I just went and checked my pressure again on that one, and my pressure was all the way down to 50. When I pulled the trigger, I had set the pressure for the trigger not being released, and it was showing 75, but when I pull the trigger, it goes down to 50. So I just went and adjusted it so that as I pull the trigger, the air compressor shows 75 PSI, and I want you to look at the difference in the strength. And you can even take something like this seal That is crazy. I never would have thought this thing would work that good. So I thought I would try it on something other than car seats real quick. Kate had worn those shoes to my dad's ranch in Oklahoma hunting the week of Thanksgiving, and let's just say she stepped in some unfortunate places in the cow pasture, so she was pretty upset about her shoes, so I thought I would see if we'd clean those. Cleaned them like a breeze. So this thing is handy for almost anything. The only thing that machine could not get out 100% are those rusted carpet stains from the heater core. I don't think anything could have got those stains out. I don't know if Stain Master could have got them out. I really think that's just a permanent part of the carpet. They got way better, and every other stain or every other thing I hit with the Tornador came out. All right, so I think that's a huge win. I mean, this thing was amazing. Couple of changes that I would like to see made with this. You can't really set this thing down because the hose is in the way. You go to sit it down, it kind of falls over. If this were on a 90, which of course I can get the adapters to do, I think this would work a lot better. Just come out with a 90 where your hose would be connected this way. Probably be something that would be worthwhile. Not hard to get a 90 adapter for this, and then you can have the attachment of the hose coming out sideways. That's number one. And number two, I would say, is this tip gets pretty dirty. So if you're gonna be using this on something like interior, I would get a bucket of water, and after you finish with a really nasty stain like that one I was working on in the carpet, just stick this down in there and pull the trigger, and that will clean out the inside. That's how you clean this thing anyway. You stick it down in a little bucket of water and pull the trigger to clean this tip out. And as you can see, it gets pretty dirty in there. So to clean that out after every stain is probably a really good idea. That's no fault of the machine, just something that you need to do. I would call this a win. I would buy this if you're into vehicles and you have an old truck or an old vehicle that you want to keep clean on the inside. This is definitely worthwhile. Now, some of you might be saying, that's an old off-road trooper. What do you care about the interior? Man, the interior in this thing is impeccable. I keep all of my stuff meticulous. It's just me. And so I'm not going to go around with a dirty vehicle on the side just because it's off-road. I clean this thing every time I get back from the camp. That's just me. I like it that way. If you want yours dirty, keep it that way. Me, I think this is definitely worthwhile. We have 3 vehicles. This is definitely something cool to have. Also, you can use this thing on interior carpets, couches, who knows. So, the Tornador Professional Cleaning Unit, definitely worth the purchase. So, thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe because I've got some cool new videos coming out on the Trooper. Share this with a buddy who might want to clean his interior as well. And give me a thumbs up because you know it means a lot to me. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video.